When my business was failing, I realized I had employees. I didn't have a team. And my employees were clocking in a little late, clocking out a little early. We're doing the bare minimum to maintain employment, and I had a very adversarial, passive-aggressive relationship with them. And I realized it was my fault. I was a poor leader. I'm the team captain. I've got this idea, and if they're saying they want a job with me and I'm going to pay them for their time, they're really saying they want to play on this team. I started looking at it, I'm the team captain, they've agreed to play on the team, so let me be clear on their vision, and let me get people who are fighter jets, who are high performers, and who are willing to go above and beyond and not just do the minimum. But I realized very quickly that my team at work is great. They're helping us move the needle where money is concerned, and they were getting on the Inc. 5000 list and 500 list and etc. But I realized I still had distractions outside. I was on a cruise to Alaska with my wife, and it's not that we could afford the cruise, it's just that her grandparents purchased a cruise for us, and thank God they did, because I was broke. And so we're on this family cruise, and of course I'm meeting her family for the first time, and I'm nervous. But we go to Ketchikan, Alaska. I'm walking along the water with my wife, and I see an older gentleman casting out a net and pulling it in after a few moments, and sometimes it's empty, sometimes he has some crabs on it. And he has a 5-gallon bucket next to him with a little bit of water in it, and then of course there's like 6 or 7 crabs at the bottom of the bucket. And as I'm looking down at his 5-gallon bucket, there's this one ambitious crab that's crawling on top of all the other crabs, and then it soon starts reaching for the rim of that bucket, and it's starting to pull itself up. And so I told the man, I said, "Sir, your crab is about to make a getaway here. You might want to put that lid on." Without even turning around, he said, "Watch what happens next." And all of a sudden, as this crab is trying to free himself, because he's ambitious, he's driven, obviously, all the other crabs from the bottom of the bucket reach up and grab it by its hind leg and pull it right down. And in that moment, I realized, oh my gosh, I've got crabs around me. I was able to fix my work situation, and I've got very capable fighter jet team members, but I still have crop dusters or crabs, my outside team. So the inside team is the people that you work with and who work for you. The outside team is the people who are your friends, could be family members, could be someone you're in a relationship with, could be siblings. And the unfortunate thing is, if they are extinguishing your hopes and your dreams, they have just as much of a negative impact on your business as the people on the inside team do. So I literally realized that I've got to cut out all the crabs on my outside team. And after that vacation, I went home and I spent the next year literally building a distance between all my friends who are negative and don't believe in my dream, aren't on the same path as me, family members who are, well, I can't cut out because they're family, they're blood. I've learned to edit the relationship with them. So I don't talk about my hopes and dreams with them. I spend less time with them, and I talk about very superficial stuff. How's the weather? What about the ball game? How are the fruits growing in the backyard? Whatever it is, but we no longer talk about my live event. I'll give you one example. I would have a live event where I bring 1,000 people in and give away a Land Rover over a 3-day period. And of course, a family member would say, well, what if you can't sell all the tickets? What if you can't afford the cost of the Land Rover? And that's the last thing you want to hear when you just put $500,000 out to fill up an event, right? And so I realized you either have to edit relationships, or if they're not relationships that are really blood related, you must cut out those relationships. And that's what entrepreneurs do. We are extreme. If we don't do the extreme things, we'll never have the extraordinary life that we want.